but you cannot be effective by multitasking. Let me assure you that. Another classic one, if I got time to share, I just want to say this. I used to have a roommate. Every night he would study from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. first year. You got a roommate like that or not? Some got, but that is the hour what we call the graveyard shift, right? The graveyard shift, you cannot actually study. So I always tell him that you're actually kidding yourself. You're supposed to sleep, but you decide to study. But what he end up to do? Supposed to study, but he's sitting there what we call fishing. Okay? So again, another clear example of not living in the present moment. Okay? So my point here is today is the Buddha said, whether 2012 December 21st happened or not, that is not so important. What is more important is today, this moment. Are you living your life well? Are you doing good to yourself and to others? Contributing to society, to your family, to your community? If you are able to take care of your life at this very moment, what do you worry about next? You don't have to worry, because you take care of this moment, your future is assured. Okay? So, I don't want to talk to this, okay? But I just want to ask and end this question. What if really true, December 21st, 2012 really happened, end of the world happened? Okay? So, I asked this question to the uni kids the other day. I asked them, what would be your greatest fear? What would be your greatest fear? And what is the answer?
Exams.
If you got 9 more months to live, what would be your greatest fear? Exam? Ada kah? What would be your greatest fear? If we confirm 2012 happened on December 21st. Okay? In that group, their resounding answer to me is this. No fear. Okay? And I asked, why no fear? They said, we all have fear because we don't know our expiry date. Tarik lupus don't know when. We might just one day walk out and car bang us and itu kira nasib lah, itu sudah expired. But if you tell me exactly now, my expiry date when, what will happen? Yes, I will do as much as I can to maximize and make meaning to my life. Okay? And if you give me an expiry date and we know it's 9 months from now, now I will do the most important thing. Spend time with my loved ones, make sure that I do what is necessary to honor them, okay? And so on and so forth. It is because we don't have an expiry date. What will happen to most of us? We take things for granted. We take things for granted. And we say, tabah punya lah, takkan berlaku punya, not me. So there's a lot of people when you see, when they have like heart attack a bit, they have some illnesses, they change for the better. Or some of you, what we call in a near-death experience, change for better. Why? You know, you begin to appreciate how precious is your life. And you don't waste your time by being angry with people, by being hateful, spiteful, and all this negativity. You will only focus on the positive things. So, probably, this whole hopes about 2012 is not such a bad thing after all. Because we tell you there's an expiry date, but don't know when. So better we put a figure there. At least all of us are very focused in living our life today. Right? Thank you very much.
Now I would like to call upon Mr. Hamlin for his presentation.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मुखां करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्. So there was no introduction for the speakers. Anyways, for the benefit that I've done this a couple of times, I would like to proudly say that I am a Unithan student twice. Degrees and masters. So some of you I know, seen before. The rest of you are quite new. So I look young. Thank you. Maybe not that young. Anyways, so I'll do a short presentation actually. This is going to go direct into the perception of the Vedic scriptures, the Vedas, with regards to our topic at hand, which is 2012, is it the end of the world? So we look at scriptural reference, what the Shastras means in Sanskrit, scriptures or scriptural literatures. So what the Shastras have actually to say about 2012 or time in general. So first, let us have an understanding, a little background of the Vedic conception of time itself. So according to the Vedic scriptures, time in this material world is cyclic. Cyclic means that time is divided into certain amount of cycles, and these cycles repeat. They repeat itself. After one duration, it repeat again. So therefore, time in this material world, alright, the world that currently we are inhabiting, is cyclic. Secondly, it is said that the time in the material world is in a continuous cycle of creation and dissolution. Meaning, there's always a point of creation and thereafter dissolution. After dissolution, there will be creation. So this is the time in the material world. But nevertheless, although the time in material world is a permanent cyclic process, nevertheless, our positions, when the Vedic scriptures, when the Vedic Shastras say our, when they speak about us, they are meaning the jivas or the souls, the atmas. They are saying that the jivas, we living beings in this world, our position is not permanent. The time factor in the material nature, it is permanent. There is a creation, dissolution, creation again, dissolution, creation again, dissolution. But our position within that time factor, within this material world, is not permanent. So we can choose to get out of it. It is a never-ending cycle, but we can choose to come out of it. It's like a Ferris wheel. If you have gone to amusement parks, you know the Ferris wheel that goes up and down, right? Amusement parks. So if you look at it, the Ferris wheel goes round and round and round, and you can choose to get off when you can't pay anymore and you have to leave. So it's not like that in the Vedic system, but still, the jivas, the individual living entities, the individual living souls, have a choice of coming out of the material world. Now, the Vedic scriptures are considered to be a little unique in the sense that it is the only scripture, or one of the very few scriptures, which actually say that time is cyclic. Most other scriptures would actually say that time is linear, meaning you have one creation and one dissolution. That's it. But the Vedic scriptures clearly state that time here is cyclic, in the sense that creation comes and dissolution comes, creation comes again. A practical or rational understanding would be looking at what we have around us, what we have today. For example, if you take the 4 seasons, okay, we do not experience this, but anyone who has traveled, they would see when winter comes, especially winter, you know, everything is dead, cold, dry. It looks like it's the end of life, at the end of winter. But a person in knowledge really understands that it's merely a temporary manifestation, in the sense that after winter ends, when the sun comes again, what happens? You have spring. So next photo over there, in case of those of you who cannot recognize the 4 seasons. You have winter, and you have, it's written there, spring. After which spring progress into summer, and then summer progress into autumn. Again, then you have winter. So each of these seasons lasts for about a period of 3 months in a year. More other examples, we look at daily time. For example, today is about close to 9. Yesterday there was a 9 p.m. Tomorrow there will be a 9 p.m. The day after there will be a 9 p.m. Time keeps going in cycles. Similarly for the days in the week. Call it by any name, but you have a Tuesday, next week will you have a Tuesday. Last week you had a Tuesday. So time in that sense is, you can actually perceive that it's cyclic. even more practical example or understanding